What's up, guys? My name is McCray, and today I want to touch up on something that I talked about with a friend, Avenged or Lars. That's his name, and he has a channel that you should go check out. It's in the description, and I would really appreciate it if you go and check it out. I find that he makes some videos that I can relate to, that I can understand, and I feel like when I see things like this, I realize that me and the other people who do videos, we're more human than most people realize. And I was talking to him about how his video kind of made me think about stress and how sometimes when we get anxious or we get upset or whatever, we kind of get bickery and stuff like that, and our attitude changes us. But I talked to him about a little bit something more. I talked to him about how when I'm in pain and I get a headache or whatever it may be because of my problems, I'm almost a different person. I told him that the nice person that people might think I am, there's just no comparison. I'm completely different when I'm not having to worry about pain, or I don't have a headache or anything like that. And that may seem kind of weird for someone to understand, or may be kind of hard for you to understand if you don't kind of have that kind of situation, or I just guess knowledge of what I'm talking about, which is when you have problems, when you have pain, of course you're going to be stressed and you're going to get kind of anxious, and you're going to have a lot of problems, and it just kind of gets to you. Well, with my headaches and stuff, like, I am completely different. My attitude changes because, if you don't know, regardless of what people say, when you have a headache, when you have neck pain, back pain, any kind of a pain, that affects your, the way you think. Your process of thinking is actually changed by a little bit. Sometimes it's a lot. And, my family, my girlfriend, whatever, friends, they've all kind of realized, that I am completely, it just seems like night and day sometimes. Yeah, I might kind of be nice, but it's kind of like I guess, personality thing. I'm so happy, and I'm so going and more carefree when I don't have to worry or struggle with things. And that's something kind of cool, because I know that maybe one day I'll have a situation where I won't have to deal with this, and it just makes me think, man, what am I going to be able to come up with when that happens? But I was telling him, I kind of remembered back when, my mom was, would have pain sometimes. She had back problems too, but it's kind of something that happened at work or whatever, and that's kind of where that came into play. But, something had happened at work, and she was kind of in pain, and, she can take, 4 Motrin and be fine, go to bed for an hour and just, get rid of her headache and back pain and stuff like that, but I can't. And when I was younger, or, even a couple of years ago, I'd be like, Mom, let's go, I want to go do something, blah, 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 get up. And she's like, no, I don't want to. I'm not feeling good. I don't understand, just let me sleep for an hour. And I didn't want to. I didn't really want to care about what was going on with her, because I was too focused with what I wanted. And, I think a lot of people have that problem. Like, when they get anxious and they get stressed, they really don't think about what other people are feeling. And I feel real bad, because, this is kind of where this kind of goes into play with what I was talking about with personality. When someone doesn't experience what I experience every day, it's so much worse for them. It's so much more intense, and their pain is multiplied. Whereas I kind of told Avenged, I have this base pain that's always there. I have a pain that I can always feel, it seems. And then I can do stuff that makes it just so much more worse. Well, that base pain kind of it gets worse and it gets better over time. Sometimes it just varies. And, for a couple of days, I don't really care, and I really don't want to do anything, and I find lack of heart, and I don't even want to do a video. And it's because the pain just is really intense. Well, I think about this now, what about for the people who don't go through pain all the time, excuse me? People have no right to say, well, you don't understand, or whatever. And let me just put it like this. My mom, she would say, man, I feel bad for you. I can't understand what you go through every day. I get headaches and it sucks. Well, yeah, mom, it sucks that I have headaches every day, but it's different because I live with it. I'm used to it, and I had to kind of grow and adapt to it. Well, she doesn't have that. She doesn't have that problem every day. It's kind of like if you had like some kind of a problem in your neighborhood or whatever, or you had to walk from now on, you couldn't drive, you kind of have to adapt to that. You kind of have other people drive for you. It's not something that, over time, you just get used to it. It's like, oh, I gotta get someone to drive me. Well, then someone comes along, man, how can you not drive? Well, I mean, that's just how it is. You just get used to it. And, I don't know, I felt really bad because I know that I didn't really care about how she felt. For one, this is kind of like a double thing. I was frustrated and stressed that things were going wrong with me. But for two, I was frustrated that, she didn't, she was feeling bad and I just really didn't care. I was being self-centered, conscious, not really conscious, but I was just being selfish. And I felt really bad for that. And I think selfishness is something that I have a really hard time overcoming, especially, in my last couple years, especially with these videos and stuff like that. I've realized that selfishness is, for me, when I want to do something, when I feel that it's comfortable for me, giving up my space, giving up my time to go do what someone else is, wants to do, whatever. And I just don't want to do it. Whether it be because I don't feel good, whatever the excuses may be, whether they're legit or not, or reasonable, I guess you could say. But I don't know. I mean, I think that if we could kind of figure out some way to get rid of the selfishness inside of us all, things could be a lot better towards friends and stuff like that, because I find that too often we just kind of lose it sometimes when it comes to things like that. But I guess the moral of the kind of story here, or the kind of idea is, we all experience things in our daily lives. We all go through frustrations. We all go through sacrifice and suffering, for certain things. But we can't disregard how other people feel during that time. We can't just say, oh my gosh, it's all about me. We have to make sure we have to make sure that we concentrate on other people too, so that it doesn't happen to them. Not really with my mom's headache or anything, but more or less, if something happens to me and my friend, I want to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Like something bad happens or whatever. I want to make sure that we can avoid that. If it was a problem, something like that, so we can work through it. But I kind of hope you kind of got this and understood this. This was just something on my mind, and I felt like talking about it. But I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. It was alright. Wasn't the best, but it's pretty good. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.